Okay, everybody, it's time to go. Apple says, well, not quite, but close enough. Welcome, everybody. Happy New Year. If I can have a motion to approve the minutes, that would be great.
I make the motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, so Sean's not here today. Board member comments, I'll cover the so that everybody doesn't have to repeat. Happy New Year. It's going to be a great year. Welcome back, Terry and Brent. Touch and go for Terry there for a while, but he pulled through. I'm glad you guys are back. You're certainly a cornerstone of our board. Good to see everybody healthy. Hopefully things go well for everybody that need prayers. So anyway, Marty?
Ditto for that. I just want to alert everybody, if you're in the vicinity where Mark is driving, get on the sidewalk quickly,
Whatever.
because we had an incident today.
Yes.
One loud.
And if
That's all
you're
I-
driving
that's all I'm
around
gonna say
one
about
loud, watch out for people that not even looking,
Yes, that's
crossing streets.
Other than that, I have nothing to add.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, good to be back. I'm happy to, and relieved to go through that process. Looking forward to 4 years working with the board. We got some great stuff coming up, so glad to be back, and thank you, Brent, as well, for coming back with me. Happy New Year. And it seems like spring, so we should be having this meeting outside.
Yeah.
But thank you. That's all I have.
Yeah, grateful to be back and Happy New Year.
4 more years.
It goes by like that.
Yeah, I'm 14. Bill?
Yeah, Happy New Year. Welcome back, Mr. Chairman. Good to see you, not on the screen, but in
Yeah,
person.
thank you.
That's awesome. That's all I got.
Jim?
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back, our 2 board members. Really happy that worked out that way. I had the privilege of representing IBM at the annual Meteorological Society AMS show in Denver, and went to many of the events on and discussions about changing weather and what happens and all of that. And so I entered some discussions at several of the other meetings with many of the scientists, and they all know about this stuff. And I said, well, what do you expect people to do about it? And I said, well, you need to go to Loudon Water's website and see what we're doing to Water Bank. And they were very impressed. They talked to me the next day, and they went there and looked at that, and they were very impressed. So that sounds like it'd be a good topic for our next meeting. So, thanks.
Keith?
Yeah, likewise, it's great to be back, and I just would like to congratulate Loudon Water and all the accomplishments. Looking at this slick brochure, it's amazing all the things that have been accomplished this past year, and I just want to say congratulations to whoever, I'm assuming there's quite a few involved with putting this together. It's a job well done.
Angeline?
So just want to always take the opportunity to thank our staff, our general manager, for all the hard work in your leadership. And everybody else. And just second what Keith said, we were talking about it, it's the very sleek, very well done. Always, meeting to the expectation, so it's great to serve on the board, and yeah, thank you.
Great. Amanda? I thought I threw you for a loop there.
I'd like to add one thing. I'd like to compliment Alton on his dedication to this organization despite having some personal problems. And I think he needs to be applauded for the dedication.
General manager, oh, wait a minute. I'm not hearing. So is there problems with the speakers again? I'm not going deaf, I know that.
You sure?
Yes, I'm positive. Okay, well, I couldn't hear Jim talking when he
Oh.
was over there.
Does it work now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, I'll get close.
Oh, so you need,
Maybe it was
Get close.
operator
All
error
right.
between the seat and the keyboard.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the agenda.
We already did that.
You actually approve the adoption of the agenda.
Oh, yeah, we're still doing general manager's report,
Oh, true enough.
and we haven't had public comments yet.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Thank you, Mr. Sultan, for mentioning Elton. Yes, he has had some definite heartbreak in his personal life, and so we'll pass that along to him. On January 10th, we provided our annual update to the Board of Supervisors, Finance, Government Operations, and Economic Development Committee. We highlighted our financial position, major initiatives, our outreach and education efforts, as well as work that we are collaborating with the county to accomplish in the water and sewer area. And we receive very complimentary feedback and appreciation for the update for both staff and the board. So we thank you for that. As Mr. Moody mentioned, you have in front of you the 2022 accomplishments brochure, which highlights the achievements and activities performed by our teams across the organization. Our accomplishments are organized in coordination with our strategic plan goal areas. So you can consider this an update on our strat plan. Certainly, if you have any questions or feedback, you can let us know. Some statistics, we had 113 ERCs for January. Just as a reminder, we have budgeted 2,350 for the year.
What did we budget last year? 2,400?
We started at 2,534 and reduced it to 2,140 and came in at 2,300 or so.
Just a couple quick reminders. CIP committee will meet on Wednesday, February 22nd at 8 a.m. And the finance committee will meet on Thursday, February 23rd at 8 a.m. That's all I have.
What's the over and under that there's going to be a finance committee meeting? Anybody want to bet?
100%.
Okay. All right, public comments. Anybody here for public comments?
No, sir, we don't have anyone signed up.
Okay, great. Or not great, but you know what I mean? Positive. I can't get out of this one. Jim, you're on.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Any seconds?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, there's only one committee action today. Go ahead, Marty.
All righty. The first and only item was approval of design services task order for a trap rock standby generator. The original treatment plant had a 200 kilowatt standby power generator, which was capable of sustaining about 50% of the plant's capacity during a power outage. Staff's proposing to add redundancy and the ability to support any future treatment capacity increases. The scope includes procurement of a second generator, associated hardware, and permit coordination. Staff selected C.D. Smith for a negotiated price of $171,641 with a 5% contingency for a total authorized budget of $182,000. The CIP committee forwarded this item to the board meeting for the consent agenda. The next item was the capital construction quarterly report. This was a very well done report, which provided good construction administration, which this organization seems to always have. A lot better than when I was at Fairfax. A comment was made concerning the fact that the Broad Run expansion project is 102 days behind schedule, and staff was requested to keep tight rein on future delay and carefully track possible liquidated damages. We had a capital spending report which followed. That was nothing outstanding. And then a very extensive CIP 2023 work plan, very ambitious and very detailed. And it was a very good report. That's all I have.
Thank you, Marty. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I forward that motion.
Second. So before we vote, I just want to, I don't know if Gerardo's on here or on the phone.
He is online.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I am not crazy about this price, and I've said it a bunch of times. I think it's way over budget, but I understand this is an hourly project. So I just want to make sure that Gerardo really looks at this thing closely and keeps an eye on the hours. Anybody else have anything? If not, we could vote. All those in favor?
So I strongly agree with what you said, because I mean, I read reports and I read all the documents that come my way, but this one, because I have also a strong background in that, you know, through my husband, because he's an engineer and he specializes in power systems and paralleling systems. And Gerard was here and I asked him a lot of technical questions. But then the bottom line also comes down to what you just said, and that is about, you know, making sure that the money that goes towards this, right, is spent well in terms of hours. Because obviously, I don't know why, but I wasn't very happy with the price tag that came with this, right? So I just want to just say that I totally support what you just said. I mean, you know, I have very, very strongly support that. So I hope that gets resonated. Thank you.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay. Cancellation of board meetings. We've been illegal for how many years now?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a simple cleanup of the bylaws, Article 2, Sections 1 and 2, to reflect the fact that the board can cancel a regular meeting by a majority vote. So that would be the amendment to Section 1. The amendment to Section 2 reflects changes to the Virginia FOIA law that have really simplified the notification requirements for special meetings, taking out what was there before about various 48, 24-hour notices, just saying that there will be reasonable notice given the circumstances. So the motions, the recommended motion is rather long. I don't know if that's going to be displayed or if I should I read the entire?
The motion?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to read the motion.
Yeah, so the motion is to amend Article 2, Sections 1 and 2 of the bylaws as follows. Regular meetings of the authority shall be held each month, except August, on the second Thursday of the month, at such time as shall be determined by action of the authority, or at such other time as may be communicated to members of the authority by or at the direction of the chairman or the vice chairman. The board may cancel a regular meeting by majority vote. Meetings shall be held at the principal office of the authority unless otherwise designated by action of the authority or upon notice to the authority members by or at the direction of the chairman or the vice chairman. Number 2, special meetings of the authority may be called by the chairman or in the chairman's absence or incapacity by the vice chairman. Special meetings may be held at any time or place as may be specified in the call for such meeting. Notice must be reasonable given the circumstances and must be given to the public contemporaneously with the notice to the authority members being called to attend. Special meetings of the authority may be held at any time without notice, provided all members of the authority are present or provided those not present have waived notice of such meeting. Any business of the authority may be considered and acted upon at such meeting.
Does this affect when we have a meeting online? We know when I decide that, okay, not me by myself, but say, hey, we're going to have the meeting online next month. Do I have, is there something, any kind of thing that I have to put out that it's going to be online, or does that matter?
If it's a regular meeting, then it, when Jewel puts the notice out, she indicated that it's all online, but nothing else changes in the format of the meeting.
I have a question about the waived notice. So, you know, how many days or hours do we need to provide notice for the waived notice? Like, is it 24 hours, 48 or 7?
And this comes into play when you talk about not, this would be in the event of an emergency.
Yep.
And so it would really be the boards coming together You cannot attend, so you would provide notice to the chairman whenever he contacts you. So this would come up really within, I would say, a very short period of time after the meeting's being called. Otherwise, there's going to be notice provided that there's going to be a special meeting.
Right,
Yeah.
okay,
So
okay.
it would be, there's no time limit. It's just that the chairman would be contacting the board members saying, we're trying to convene a special meeting in person. We've got everybody here. And if you can't be present, then you would indicate you waive notice or whatever else.
So it's
Yeah,
just a
that's
special
the
meeting.
part that I was kind of confused about, like the time limit, because it didn't say that. That's why I was posing that question to you. I mean, even the chairman too, I mean, he's great, but you know, like time limit, you know, he needs to know.
Well, have we ever had a special meeting? And I don't remember what in 14 years.
Yeah, we have
Which
special
one?
meetings. Yeah.
The first time I got a board meeting.
What was it about?
See, okay,
Uh,
yeah.
Personnel related things.
Oh. Yeah, I remember that one. Okay, okay. Yeah.
Now, this doesn't pertain to committee meetings.
No,
This is
no,
just
No,
board
this is
meetings.
just a special
This is special
board
meetings.
meeting.
Mhm.
Right,
And I could call that and just say, hey, I want a special board meeting tomorrow or this
Yes.
afternoon, which
Yes.
we had to do, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but you would have to try to provide reasonable notice. But let's say you were all here for a committee meeting and then suddenly you needed to have a special meeting, but you're all present. Well, then that is the circumstance in which you would not have to provide notice to the public.
Because you're already at a FOIA meeting.
Yes, yeah, but you're already are all gathered, so
All
that's
gathered,
that's the
So the
exception.
time frame would typically be a short notice anyway, because it sounds like it would be in more of an emergency or some criticality associated with the meeting.
But there could also be a circumstance where, let's say, rather than having the normal regular meeting on the second Thursday of the month, that's snowing that day. And you say, well, we want to have it the following Wednesday. Well, it's no longer a regular meeting because it's not on that second Thursday of the month. So it would become a special meeting and Joel would notice it as such.
And that's a great example. Let's say it's Tuesday and it's going to be a blizzard on Thursday. Can I say, okay, we're going to have this online?
Yes, yes, you
Okay.
can.
With that short of notice, one day.
Yeah, so that would require, Joel, let's see, it does require 3 days notice
Yes.
typically.
Oh, okay.
So
Mhm.
assuming you can have 3 days notice to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
on that note, I have another question.
Mhm.
This was brought up and it was about me, right?
Let me go back to that
Okay.
because that's interesting because it does become a special meeting and therefore it is reasonable. Now, normally we do 3 days notice for our regular board meetings. But in the event of inclement weather where we really needed the board to come together, if it's shorter than 3 days, I would deem that would be reasonable because you would be trying to compensate for having missed there's a lot of, I think, flexibility in the bylaws, particularly now, the way the law is written.
Okay.
So if we come to the meeting, like, for example, today, right? We're
Mhm.
here today. But if one of the board members has to leave early, does that mean, is this the attendance counted fully or is it not counted at all? Like, in terms of attendance?
It would be reflected in the minutes when the board member left. If it affects the quorum, that would affect the meeting.
Angeline Sursakar left at 9:30.
You pointed at me 3 times. On the board, Mark said that a couple of times, so I'm used to it, so.
Hope he used to leave early all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
Every meeting he'd leave early.
And that, if there's any official action after that board member leaves, then it would be indicated, such that there wasn't a vote from, so it's.
Right.
Present, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. While we were at it, I thought I'll just ask you. Yeah.
And if that happens, if you have to leave early, we can adjust the agenda early in the meeting so that what you want to vote on, we can do earlier before you leave too.
Right.
That's happened a lot.
Right. Some of us have children. I have one, he has 5, right? See, I always, sorry.
6?
Why? It's six. So some of us have kids in case.
I
of
can't keep track
emergency.
either.
Sorry. So if in case of emergency as a parent, anything comes up, now I have to leave. So I just wanted to ask, so. Right. Thanks.
Any other discussion? Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. No, go ahead.
All those in favor?
Aye.
No new business, no information items, finance summary. Sally?
I have one question. I see our average yield is up to 2.2. Do we have anything expiring? I mean, the 1 year and the 2 year are 4.5
Yes, so we try to expire.
maturing.
Every month or so, and then we roll that over into something new. So it's kind of a rolling average. And yeah, we have been fortunate that some of the things that we bought 2 years ago when things were rock bottom have rolled off, and we've reinvested those at 4.5%. So yes, so
So is
the
that trend going to continue for the next couple of months? Oh, we have a lot of stuff maturing in the next 6 months or not? that
well, we
much, or-
try to average it out 5 to 10 million every
Mhm.
couple months, so it's kind of on that schedule that we'll reinvest. So we have different maturities out throughout the 5 years based on what the projected capital spending plan is. So it rotates.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Anything out of the ordinary in the water resource?
Nope, I'm happy to take any questions. Everything looks good.
Okay. Is that like a standard line you guys use? If I'd be happy to have any question there, okay. Oh, okay, so okay. Hawaii, do you have any questions? Or no, do we have any questions for Hawaii's report? Okay. Remember when Hobie used to go through the water and sewer reports? Oh, my goodness.
You seem to miss him a lot.
Well, he sat next to me. I sat in your chair and Hobie sat there, and it was my job to keep him quiet.
He was a very interesting.
He was great. And he brilliant. I don't care what anybody says. He was brilliant. And he would write down everything that he was going to talk about
Yeah.
before, while people were talking. He was just amazing.
The thing to do was to give him the Cheetos so he couldn't write.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, any questions on the quarterly report from Tom? Okay. The capital construction report, don't think we need to see it again. But is there any questions on that report? Any questions on the land development report from Hue? Operations and maintenance report, quarterly report. And of course, the safety results. I usually look at that report. I didn't look at it. I guess we're still good. Clean as a whistle. Good.
That's our favorite report.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
The safety results, is Tom here?
Tom's here, yes.
Hi, yes. So, hi, Tom. So I just wanted to quickly ask you, with the safety results, and I've read that report, it doesn't really cover the cybersecurity side of that. Do we have any cybersecurity issues in terms of the county or water authority?
Well, this safety report is really the physical safety
Yeah.
of our employees. Mike Beardsley would be the one to be talking to us about any threats or risks with the cybersecurity, and
Okay.
there are none at this time.
None,
to
right?
be
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So, if you could put up what I'm supposed to say, that would be great, because I don't have that.
I'm sorry.
Did you want to say anything more before we have our closed meeting?
No.
Well, we have your letter, so we've
Thank
reviewed
you.
that, and we agree with everything you said, or at least I do. I don't know what the other staff does.
Just this recommended action.
Yeah.
Pursuant to section.
Chair-
Yeah, why don't you read it for me?
Right.
I don't think it really matters who reads it. There you go.
It's pursuant to section 2.2-3711 of the Code of Virginia. I move that this board of this authority enter into a closed meeting. The authority for the closed meeting is found in section 2.2-3711A, subsection 1. The items to be discussed are general manager annual merit review.
Now, do we have to vote to go into? Yes, we do. Okay. And then we say something, then we come out, and then we vote again. Okay, so can I have a motion that it's okay to go into this
So
closed
moved.
meeting? Okay, second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, see y'all.